Hi, Joachim. Greetings from Toronto. I'm sorry I missed you for the big premiere here.
Thank you for reaching out again. I'm in Norway,
Well,
and I
thrilled
have to
to.
say, let me just start off by saying how much I love being in Toronto again. I actually, since you missed my intro, I actually said, which is I believe is true. I think it's the only festival that's had all my films, and the
Yes,
audience have always been loving, and I always felt met with smart questions and wonderful responses. So I really love Toronto, and maybe it's like there's something about how do you say we're the northern cities or something. So maybe
I,
there's a
I think
connection. Who
so.
knows?
Well, we love having you, so just keep them coming. That's all I
Thank
ask
you.
for.
Thank
But
you.
this one hit me so much, honestly. So relatable, so beautiful. It just, to
Thank
me,
you.
I wanted to know when you sat down and began to craft the script with your co-writer Eskil, what was the inspiration? Because to me, it feels like your most personal film to date.
Thank you. Yeah, to be very frank, I think that life and where we were at in our lives affected it. It doesn't mean that we sat down and said, let's make a biographical film in the sense that, like, none of the characters are really us or someone we know, but the dynamics, the themes of family. Now, Eskil and I both have children. And
Mm,
we have parents that are still around, and I
yeah,
think we're thinking a lot about how quick everything goes, and what are those things that those unspoken things. What will we transfer to our children without knowing? What did we get from our parents, and what did they get from their parents? And a lot
yeah,
of kind of basic human stuff that we suddenly realized, what if we managed to weave a story with multiple characters where we could kind of reflect on that. I think so. I'm sure that, there's a moment when we wanted to make something at the National Theatre with Renata having stage fright. We want to work with
yeah.
Renata. We want to go to Deauville because it's kind of an interesting place. I mean, there are all these other motivations, but it's like trying to get it to have a cohesive thematic sense or whole to it. I think that's what it was about this time.
Well, it worked beautifully. And, you mentioned Renata, who I'm just obsessed with. This woman can do no wrong in my eyes. Your whole cast for this is so brilliant. But the main character I want to discuss is that house. Because, first of all, it was great. It was perfect, but it couldn't have been an easy feat to find it, I think.
No, thank you for bringing up that character of the house. The irony is we looked at 100 houses around Oslo.
Yeah.
We had a big team, spent a lot of resources on trying to find that house. And then I ended up going back to a house I'd filmed it once before, up the street from where I live. And
Wow.
after 30 seconds, I was like smitten again. And I was like, wow, how embarrassing is this that we spent all these resources and I could just have tried this? But maybe it's a process. Maybe I also
Yeah.
learned through being in a lot of houses, meeting a lot of people, talking to them. You go on location scout and you're a polite person and you meet the people and it's thank you for letting my team look. And we look around, and I didn't see 100 houses myself, but I looked at pictures and then maybe I
Sure.
saw 20 or something. But still, you go to these houses and you talk to people, and once in a while you encounter a family that maybe lived there for a long time or even from the beginning, and they start sharing, oh, it was so. But back in the day, my great grandfather died, in the living room, and la la la, and you're like, wow, this is the story that we're interested in. But I also needed the spatial solutions to tell it. So we
Yeah.
finally found it.
Well, a house is a house, but a home is something different. And we really see that in this film, and how, like I said, it's such a central character. It's beautiful to watch them kind of weave in and out, and you giving us the backstory. So it's absolutely beautiful. And I mentioned the cast, who again, I mean, Inga and Renata work so well together. I was really taken by the little boy that played Inga's son.
Yeah,
I just
Tim,
thought he
Tim,
was.
yeah, yeah, he's
You said you were
fantastic.
very, very good with him when I spoke to her. But Stellan Skarsgård, I mean, hello, like, veteran actor, such a great star. Did you write it with him in mind? And did you think, yeah, we're going to get him, no problem? Because he told me that this was his favorite role that he's ever done. And I
Oh,
don't think
that's
he was
that's so
lying to me.
sweet.
I think he was very
No,
serious
I
about
really
that.
I felt being on the road these days with the film and him, it's such a joy, and we become really close. And that's a dream come true for me. I did
Yeah.
not know I would have him in a film ever, I'd be allowed to work with him. But when we started writing the Gustav Borg character, way before the script was done, I realized that it could only be Stellan.
Yeah.
And I flew to Stockholm and he took me out for lunch and we talked and talked. And at the end of the meeting, I felt I was almost begging him because I was like, I wanted an answer. And he's jokingly later said that he decided, you know, I had him
Yeah.
at hello kind of situation. But I also owed it to him to show him a finished script so he would feel that he had the confidence to
Sure.
really do it. But I had a feeling this would work out and it did. And I couldn't be happier.
Oh, he's brilliant. They're all brilliant. Okay, so just to wrap it up, after making this film and really thinking about it, and now you're, a father of two young girls.
Yes.
How coincidental that is, but because you didn't know you were having the second one
No, I
until
didn't know, and
right
we're
when
three
you wrote
years
it.
apart. I know I've
Yeah,
told the story a couple of times, but it's true. Yeah, I had a daughter. It affected me tremendously. She's the joy of my life, of
of
course. And
course.
writing this film and then realizing I was going to be a director, making a film with two daughters 3 years apart, like in the
Yeah.
movie, was quite special. So
So
very
what is
inspiring.
sentiment? Yeah, amazing. So what does sentimental value mean to you? Has it changed from when you started to now?
Yeah, in the beginning we thought it was just a beautiful word. It sounded like an old jazz standard, some like a Cole Porter song or something. I just like the vibe of that word, and the meaning just grew and grew as we shot the film. Everything suddenly fell into relation to it, like what a house means to individuals in the family that have such different interpretation. What the script that Gustav writes has completely different effects on people, like how objects enlightened our inner life in a strange, unusual way. Like so, I'm kind of pleased. I'm not to brag, but I actually like our title. I'm glad we landed on that one.
Oh, well, so am I. I'm glad you landed on this beautiful film. It's just
Thank you.
stunning. One of my favorites of the year. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you back in Toronto with another one next
Oh,
year.
I
Okay, you
hope
got to
so.
hold
I
me
hope
to
so.
that.
Make sure you come to the next premiere when we're
Oh,
back.
I will. I will call
Take
you
care.
out, my friend. Take care.
Wonderful.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much for
Thank
your
you so
time.
much.
Thanks, everybody.